A very difficult time in the program. As I told the players, when you get stunned, you see that look in people's eye, things get quiet. But there's two responses. One is to run from it, and the other one is to run to it. There are obviously a lot of things that need to be addressed. The most notable being we have got to do the fundamental things better. We have to block better and longer and sustain blocks. We have, against good opponents, we have to shed blocks and certainly tackle better against good opponents. That only comes through focused practice. We also can't look outside of ourselves. All of us, certainly starting with me, need to evaluate what we have to do better. Not can we do something better, what we have to do better to get results. We can get those results. We have and are aware of some personnel issues. We have to address that, and we have to address it as quickly as we can. We'll certainly will be looking at all of this tomorrow. We have an open date. We've been able to turn things around when we've hit bottom in the past around here, and I'm convinced we will and can. The thing that it won't happen if you're negative. We all have to stay focused and positive and look within, not look for anybody else sharing any fault. It is all within each and every one of us as we move forward. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Hey David, did you notice that quietness, that stun look at halftime was in the first half on the sidelines? And did you see, what words that you have for the team at that time? Did you see any improvement as the game got on today?
Yeah, I addressed it at halftime. I saw a little bit of it. I mean, our guys expected to come out and play well. I did as well. When you expect to come out and play well, and we got started really poorly, and it escalated, and when it escalates, you get that. And I told them at halftime that you can't go there. When you're stunned, you go run back to what stuns you. And I thought we tried to do that in the second half. I thought we competed and continued to compete. Tried to play some young people. Some of those folks responded. I think it's a great opportunity for them to learn what they have to do, not just on the field, but off the field to develop the strength and the stamina to be as good as you can possibly be. There are a lot of challenges that we face within our team, and all of us together collectively have to be up for it. That's where we sit right now. It's pretty obvious.
Hi, Coach. I'm curious a little bit about the thought process behind going from chase to gunner in the second half.
Just the game kind of slipping as it had is a chance to play gunner. Gunner is a different style of quarterback, wanted to run the quarterback a little bit more. No big deal about it, no indication or meaning behind it. It was an opportunity. We have not got Gunner's been injured and since he's been here. So when you're at a number one and a number two, you like to get that guy some reps, and it gives us a chance to evaluate Gunner and know where we are, because that's critically important. The situation we're sitting in right now, we have a true freshman scholarship quarterback, and then we have Chase and Gunner, and that's it.
Let's go to Tim Sumner.
Hi, David. You said you expected to play well at the beginning. Duke committed 2 penalties on the first play. It was 14-0 after 5 minutes. Was your team ready to play when the game started?
Yeah, I don't think that has anything to do with it. That's two individuals. I don't think there's any question we were ready to play. We practiced well. It's not an emotional, quote, ready to play. We knew what to do and how to do it. We got behind the 8 ball, and when you go down 14-0, my whole message was don't panic, don't pet it. We needed to respond on offense, and we didn't get that done. So it gets a little bit tougher as the half moved on. But no, I don't think there's any question we were ready, emotionally and physically ready to play to start the game.
You said you have your remarks something about hitting bottom. Are you referring to the season, the team, the program? Have you hit bottom?
Say it again.
Okay, in your early remarks, you made the comment about when we've hit bottom, we've responded well. But by hitting bottom, you're talking about the season,
I'm talking about this game. I'm talking about losing that badly to North Carolina.
Let's go to Steve Weisman.
There you go, sorry. You also mentioned, you're gonna look at some personnel things here on you have a bye week coming up. Is it one of those things where like every starting position's kind of up for grabs at this point, or are you on that direction, or kind of, what's your thought process?
No, I think due to injury, we've had to do a lot of shuffling. I think there's always a potential when you have an open date. I've been a part of it. We did it at Tennessee one time to where you look at the best people you can get. There could be some position changes. I think I've got to spend the time to look at all of the possibilities to make sure we're putting our best athletes on the field.
Let's go to Charlie Higgins.
Yeah, David, Javonte Williams on Carolina had a big day today, 3-4 touchdowns. Just talk about just controlling their running backs today of Williams and Carter today. They had it going today.
Well, they generally have it going every ball game. They're great players. If you don't tackle well, that's what I mentioned to start with. If you're not going to tackle well, you're not going to be very successful against those guys. And they've got an outstanding offensive front. They're really a powerful, good offensive football team all the way around.
Nick Piazza, go ahead.
Hey, Coach, just we've kind of seen Chris and Victor really have their way with a lot of the offensive lines this season, and I'm just curious if North Carolina did anything different to kind of lessen their normal impact.
No, I just think they're physically gifted. They're that good. They're one of the better offensive lines that we've seen, and we knew that going in. And it's a challenge each and every week in our league because we've got a lot of good football players in our league, but their offensive team across the board is playing at a really high level because they're really high-level football players.
Evan Cohen.
Can you talk a little bit about what you saw from Howell and what made him so, what made him so impressive throughout that first half?
Accuracy. I mean, he threw pinpoint passes, and they're very difficult to defend, and he's got command of their offense and poise. It's kind of what you knew going in, but he had a really terrific day of being extremely accurate.
Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, did you guys have any injuries today that look like they might stretch out most of the rest of the season or extended time?
Yeah, I think there's a chance with Lummy Young. We have to assess. You don't know. We have some people that are down in the training room now. Unfortunately, it seems to be following us this season, but I won't know anything more till later today.